Alrighty, guys. Hey, listen up. We are 6-0 in our last 6 college basketball tier package plays on my website. And the good news is we have another college basketball tier package play going off here this evening. And if you join our college basketball tier membership here today, you're going to get access to that membership for the next 30 days. The math works out to be just 99 cents a day during that 30-day span. Of course, guys, as an added bonus, just because I like you, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships on that site absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. I currently have over 525 members who are signed up and active on that site right now. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on YouTube and what I do on my website. Well, what I do here on YouTube is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on patreon.com/BrockPage is I actually share with you which one of these free picks from these videos that I actually have my personal action on. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Ivy League. I'm talking about Yale at Cornell, 5 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Yale's -1, totals 145.5. And even though Cornell's been real good at home this year, they've actually struggled against Yale in recent seasons. Yale got the W in 9 out of their last 10 games against Cornell. And when it comes to defensive play, the Yale Bulldogs are allowing only 61 points a game on the road this year. Now, when it comes to offensive production, Matt Noling scores over 15.5 points per contest, along with 4 rebounds. Meanwhile, August Mahoney, he's drilling 46% of his three-pointers. They're facing a Cornell team who's had their issues on defense at times. The Big Red gives up 72 points a game, and they've also had a tough time with Princeton in their last outing. The Princeton Tigers scored 75 points in that win over Cornell, and they won by nearly double digits against them. Now, total-wise, Cornell went 6-3 to the over in their last 9. They also went 80% to the over in their last 10 meetings with Yale. So once again, if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. I'm going to lean toward Yale -1 over 145.5. Next contest, it is going to be Nebraska at Purdue, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Purdue's the 15-point favorite, totals 132. Now, the one-loss Boilermakers should be able to cover here. They won 9 out of their last 10 ball games, and they've made it quite difficult to score in the Mackey Arena. Purdue allows only 58 points a game in front of their own fans, and they limit their competition to just 28% shooting from three-land there. When it comes to rebounding the basketball, Zach Edey leads the country with 13.2 rebounds per contest. Now, the 7'4 junior is also 9th in the nation with 21.5 points a night. People just don't have players tall enough to be able to guard him or grab rebounds against him. Now, teammate Braden Smith, he's drilling nearly 44% of his three-pointers as well. Legit deep ball threat. And no real surprise here, guys. The Boilermakers are in the top 10 in the country in offensive boards, first in the country in defensive boards. They're facing a Nebraska squad who really doesn't rebound particularly well on defense, especially on the road. When it comes to offensive production, Nebraska just can't get on the scoreboard. They're averaging only 61 points a game away from Lincoln. They also shoot just 24% from three-land in their road games. Now, injury-wise, Jawan Gary is out for Nebraska. When it comes to the total, the Cornhuskers are 82% to the under in all of their qualifying ball games this year. Meanwhile, Purdue saw 6 out of their last 8 at home stay under the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Purdue, -15, under 132. Next contest, it is going to be Villanova taking on Butler, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Villanova's -1, totals 132.5. And as much as Nova's stunk here recently, there are a couple factors that make me think they can get the job done here. Number one, they've beaten Butler in 8 out of their last 10 meetings, and they actually held the Bulldogs to just 64 points a game during that span. And number two, conversely, it is their defensive play this year. The Cats allowed just 69 points a game on the road, and they're limiting their opponents to just 41% shooting from the field away from home as well. Now, offensively, Caleb Daniels averages nearly 17 points a game, along with 4 boards, 3 assists. Meanwhile, Eric Dixon scores over 16 points a game himself, and he's making over 50% of his field goals. Now, Villanova's facing a Butler team who lost 5 out of their last 7, and they're averaging only 69 points a game offensively. When it comes to defensive play, the Bulldogs allowed 70 points or more in 5 out of their last 6. Now, injury-wise, Malloy and Hughes are questionable for Butler. Nana Njoku is questionable for Nova. When it comes to the total, Villanova went 4-2 to the under in their last 6 as the road team. Meanwhile, Butler's gone 67% to the under for the entire season. I'm going to lean toward Villanova -1, under 132.5. Next matchup, it is going to be Michigan State at Illinois, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Illinois is the 6-point favorite, totals 137. And even though Illinois is favored at home here, they did fail to cover in 4 out of their last 7. The Illini is also shooting just 65% from the stripe at home. They're one of the worst in the Big Ten in free throw shooting. Now they're facing a red-hot Michigan State team who won their last 7 straight. They failed to cover only 1 time during that span. When it comes to defensive play, the Spartans held their competition to just 57 points a game during that 7-game stretch I just mentioned. Now offensively, Sparty's been real good shooting from 3-land. These guys are making just about 41% of their 3-pointers away from East Lansing. Tyson Walker's making 40% of his long balls. He's also the team's leading scorer with nearly 14 points a game. Now, Joey Hauser is also averaging 13 points a night himself. He's making 41% of his deep balls. Now, total-wise, Sparty went 6-3 to the under in their last 9 ball games. They also held Illinois to just 67 points a game in their last 10 head-to-head meetings. So once again, if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. Now, Illinois on the other side, they went 6-3 to the under in their last 9 themselves. I'm going to lean toward Michigan State +6, under 137. And with that, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It is going to be Utah State taking on Nevada, 11 o'clock Eastern start time. Nevada is the 3-point favorite. Total's 143.5. And even though I've backed Nevada for the most part of the year, the Utah State Aggies are just scoring way too many points for me to fade them right now. The Aggies are averaging 82 points a night, and they actually have the highest offensive 3-point percentage in the game. These guys are making 43% of their shots from beyond the arc as a team. Now, Stephen Ashworth, he's drilling nearly 52% of his long balls, 15 points a game for the guard. Meanwhile, Sean Bairstow, he is averaging double-digit points a night himself, and he's also drilling 43% of his 3-pointers. Now, they're facing a Nevada team who's hit a bit of a roadblock offensively. They average just 66 points a game in their last 2 outings, and they're having a pretty tough time grabbing offensive boards at home. Now, when it comes to the injury report, Philarin and McIntosh are still out for the Wolfpack. Meanwhile, for Utah State on the other side, Rylan Jones is questionable. Now, total-wise, the Aggies saw their last 3 straight get over the number, 6-3 to the over in their last 9. Meanwhile, Nevada saw 5 out of their last 7 in Reno get over the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward Utah State +3, over 143.5. With that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Yale -1, over 145.5. Kent State -3, over 141. Akron -13.5, over 143 and a hook. I'm 6-0 in my last 6 college basketball tier package plays on my website. And the good news is I have another college basketball tier package play going off here this evening. And the only way to find out is to be signed up for that college basketball membership on patreon.com/BrockPage. Give me St. Peter's +10, under 132.5. Siena -2, under 128 and a hook. Mount St. Mary's -5, under 128. Fairfield +16, under 138. Marist +4, under 129. Villanova -1, under 132.5. Purdue -15, under 132. Virginia Commonwealth +8, over 129. Michigan State +6 under 137. And with my next and final free pick, I'm going to lean toward Utah State +3 over 143.5. With that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, if you guys do end up getting that college basketball membership here today, just keep in mind you're going to get access to that membership for the next 30 days if you sign up here today. And as an added bonus, of course, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Well, that's it, guys. Happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.